Update: I'm breaking up with my boyfriend of 7 years. Original post: I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 27 male, for 7 years, and I'm about to end it because of a stupid question he asked me. Like 2 days ago, we were chilling at his place, and out of nowhere, he asked me if I could ever raise someone else's child. I was confused since I'm child-free and so is he, so I said that he knows I don't even want kids of my own. He clarified that he means if I'd ever raise and accept a kid that my partner would have in an affair. Honestly, I was speechless. I don't even know what I was feeling in that moment. Anger? Confusion? I think I stayed there in silence for a few minutes before I tried to justify and say that the hypothetical child is not at fault in this situation. At that point, I was starting to get angry and asked him if he's trying to tell me something. He got mad at me and asked me how could I even assume he'd do something like this, and that it was just an innocent question. I started to feel like throwing up, so I just left his place. I haven't left my place since then. He has tried to reach out and I assume told our mutual friends about what happened, because some of them too have been reaching out and telling me to hear him out. I haven't replied to anyone. I just feel so drained and mad. He went from again trying to say that the child is innocent, to saying he's sorry, to telling me I'm overreacting and so on. I don't think I've calmed yet entirely, and maybe I will regret this when I will get back to my senses, but I decided to break up with him. I don't think I can ever fully trust him after this, even if this question was indeed innocent. He knows my family's history with cheating. He knows I lost my grandpa because he made some bad decisions after his wife cheated on him. He knows my grandma has been mistreated her entire life by a cheating man. He knows all of this, so I don't understand why he'd think it was okay to ask me this. Even if I'm in fact overreacting, this question planted some ugly thoughts into my mind that I don't think I can get rid of. And I'm gonna throw down the drain a 7-year-old pretty much perfect relationship because of a stupid question. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. Tell him you would never raise someone else's child, and that you would leave him immediately if it would ever come to a situation where he made a child in an affair, and then see his reaction. Basically, play the ball back to him and observe. I was thinking the same, but opposite. Tell him, yeah, sure, I love kids. Then wait for him to admit. Then stab him with a fork or something. Exactly, because if you say no and he did cheat, then he'll try harder to hide it. If you say yes, he might think he has a chance and you know sooner. My husband and I always love talking/asking those hypothetical questions. We love listening to each other's opinion. We laugh and sometimes argue about it and help us know each other better. But this case, I would dig deeper. He just asked you out of nowhere and tried to justify that the child is innocent. And then your mutual friends asking you to hear him out? So much red flag that this is not just an innocent question at all. Was there any signs of an affair? Talk to him before you make a decision, at least for the sake of your 7-year-long relationship. And talk to your friends too. They must know something. Throwing away a 7-year relationship because of a hypothetical question that you haven't confirmed is related to anything in reality? Opie's partner dodged a bullet. Opie never even confirmed it before deciding it was over. She must have been wanting to make this decision beforehand. I didn't think she had a good enough reason, so she just took the opportunity. Now for the first update. Yes, I get it. I definitely need to work on my issues and on my temperament, but cheating is and will always be a touchy subject for me. And he knew how it triggered me, which is why I had that reaction. I'm not trying to excuse it, but I'm just explaining why. Some of you said my reaction was over the top and that I should listen to him first, and you were right. I admit I might have jumped too fast to that conclusion, and I should probably work on that. So I decided to meet him and talk. We did, and at first he denied that he ever did anything, and said he just randomly thought of that question. But in the end, he admitted that he did cheat on me. He swore that it was just a mistake, and it only happened once. But the woman he cheated on me with got pregnant and didn't want to terminate it. He said that he didn't want to lose me because of a mistake, and that he loves me more than anything, but confessed that he too wishes to raise that kid, and was hoping he could do it with me because being in a relationship with me feels so natural and comfortable to him, and he can't imagine raising a child with someone else. He confessed to his friends and they told him he should try to warm me up to the idea. And since he knew that the biggest reason why I'm child-free is my fear of being pregnant, He figured that I might agree to it because someone else was delivering the baby. He told me that he was always hoping I'd change my mind, and that while he still regrets what he did, we should view it as an opportunity. At that point, I was close to losing it, and I almost started screaming at him. I know I should probably work on that too. Then I asked him why he thought I'd agree with this, when he knows about what happened to my grandpa and grandma because of their cheating spouses. And he said that this is completely different. After that, I honestly couldn't listen to him anymore. So once again, I just left. I blocked all of our supposedly mutual friends who kept defending him, and I also blocked him. I'm devastated that our relationship is ending like this, but he did the one thing that he knew would hurt me the most, and I can't see myself ever forgiving him or accepting his child, even though he is right that the child is innocent. Maybe some of you were right when you said that he dodged a bullet, because I would have been a terrible stepmom probably. Second update. Some people ask for an update, so I guess here it is. First of all, thank you to everyone who sent me their supportive words. It really meant a lot and helped me as well. Like I said in my original post, I broke up with him. After that, I blocked him at his friends, so I tried reaching out to my friends. And he also came by my place 3 times and tried to get me to listen to him. I didn't open the door and just ignored him. After the 3rd time, my best friend and her boyfriend asked me if I'd like to live with them for a while, so maybe he'll stop bothering me. It worked. I also told my parents what happened, and they were heartbroken since our families have been friends since before both of us were born, and they considered him part of our family, but they support and understand my decision 100%. They also talked to his parents and found out that he lied to them and told them that I wanted to take a break from our relationship because I'm losing feelings for him and I want to explore my sexuality, which is not true, and I've never even once told him something like this. My parents told them the truth and they reached out and apologized for what he did and told me that they support me as well. Also, one of the friends that suggested he tries to warm me up to the idea messaged a friend of mine and he basically said that he knows he messed up and that he's terribly sorry for suggesting that in the first place and for being a bad friend to me. I told my friend to just ignore him. I guess it's nice that he acknowledged his mistake, but I just don't feel like dealing with any of them anytime soon. Honestly, I'm trying to tell myself that he's not worth it, but it still hurts, and it feels awful. I thought we were both happy together and that I was enough for him, but I guess not. So yeah, that's about it. I'm slowly getting better and I have a lot of wonderful and supportive people around me, which helps a lot. I'll stay away from relationships for a while and just focus on myself. I will also try therapy like some of you kindly or not so kindly suggested. Thank you again to the kind strangers who were being supportive. I haven't replied to anyone, but I've read them. Thank you for listening to me. Now for more comments before reading the last update. Man, the fact that he lied to his family and tried to blame you is absolutely disgusting. This dude is just manipulative. It's awesome that you cut him off. I hope you go out into the world and live your best life. Exactly. He tried to blame her for the breakup. He is scum, a cheater and a liar. She is way better off without that. Good for you. You don't need therapy. You followed your instincts. You knew something was wrong and you walked away. You did nothing wrong. Be proud that you made a move to leave. You did the right thing. Yes, she does need therapy. This relationship was from the time she was 18. It's a huge breakup that she will need to work through. Also, if she has a very strong reaction to anything about cheating, it could damage any relationship she gets into in the future. Or she could start to be overly suspicious, accusatory, and not just to herself but to others around her. She needs to work on herself, the extreme heartbreak she's feeling, and getting over the only relationship she's had as an adult. I got therapy when my high school sweetheart husband left me, in the ER. It really helped me process everything in a healthy way, and it's very validating to be told that you are reacting normally. I think it was most valuable in analyzing my relationship and realizing that it was not actually healthy, but emotionally abusive. I processed that and learned what I do actually want in a relationship, how to set and hold boundaries, and how to navigate dating as an adult for the first time at 30. Now, I have an absolutely fantastic, healthy, mutually supportive, and communicative partnership with my fiancé. I would not have recovered from my trauma as quickly or healthily without my therapist. Just don't forget to get tested. I wish you well in your healing. I'm so sorry you went through this. You deserve a happy, healthy life and relationship, and I hope you have it all in your own time. Best of luck to you. I haven't even thought about that. I will get tested as soon as possible. Thank you for the advice. Now for the last update. Hello again. Some people have asked for a few more updates, and I'll also answer some frequently asked questions. First of all, as some people suggested, I got tested for STDs and I'm clean, thankfully. Second of all, I saw some people being mean to my ex's affair partner, but I'd like to ask you all to not think badly of her. She reached out to me because she wanted to apologize and tell me her side of the story. I agreed to meet her, and she told me what happened. Basically, she and my ex met a few months ago in a club. He was there having a bachelor party thrown for one of his friends. They met there and started talking. He told her he was single and they hooked up. After that, they remained in contact and occasionally hooked up. She showed me proof, their texts, and he had been lying to her about being single and not wanting a serious relationship. She enjoyed the thing they had going on and didn't want a relationship either. So they remained hump buddies, I guess? They met around 7 months ago, and around a month ago she found out she was pregnant. She told him that she wants to keep it, and that if he doesn't want to be in the kid's life, she's okay with it, but she's keeping it. He insisted on being in the kid's life but came clean about being in a relationship with me. From then on, she told him that he needs to tell me the truth or she will tell me herself. So yeah, that's the backstory. She was really sweet and apologetic, and I really wish her and the baby nothing but the best. Hopefully the baby will take after their mother only. Now on to the questions. Why aren't we married after 7 years of dating? I already mentioned in a comment that I do not want to get married. I don't see the point in it, to be honest. I talked to him about this and he told me he is fine with it as he doesn't see the point in marriage either. Why don't we live together? We live in 2 separate places. Basically, my place is really close to my job. The job that I have required me to sometimes go there out of nowhere, but it pays really well. He is currently studying. I'm not sure what's called in English, but he's doing the studies you do after getting your master's degree, and his place is really close to his university. Neither of us were willing to give up on this advantage we had, so we decided to talk again about moving in together after he finishes his studies. One particular person has been quite nasty and said that no wonder he cheated on me, because I basically trapped him with false hope that one day we'd have a happy family. I'd like to say that I've always been open about my wishes regarding my future. He knew me and what I wanted as we've been friends before dating since our families are close. He told me 4 years that he is more than okay with what I want. I thought we were very open to each other. I've always voiced my complaints, /wants/needs, and I've always encouraged him to do the same and vice versa. Like I already said, I thought our relationship was perfect. This might sound cold and witchy to some people, but even if I loved him, if I knew our views don't align, I wouldn't have committed to a 7-year-old relationship with him. I still haven't replied back to him or his friends yet, and I don't think I will. His parents are still very apologetic to me, and it kinda makes me feel bad since it's not their fault. They're extremely mad at him and stopped supporting him financially. I moved back in my place 2 days ago, and he thankfully stopped trying to reach out to me. I'm still not over it completely, as I've spent the last 7 years of my life loving him. But having a relationship, any kind of relationship, with him again is out of question. That's about it, I suppose. This will probably be the last thing I post regarding this situation. Thank you for listening to me rant, and thank you once again for the people giving me advice and being supportive. 7 months and lying about being single is not a mistake. How can you destroy all we've built together over one little mistake? That will now be my main focus in life. A constant reminder of your betrayal cost loads of money and changed our lives forever. The important thing was that she meant nothing to me, and yet she was worth jeopardizing our relationship. Friends got it right. I'm glad to see the last update to this. I'd followed the first couple in real time. I truly feel for the OP, having to see her boyfriend revealed as the trash he is. He tells the affair partner is single and starts banging her regularly and apparently without protection. Then decides to tell his girlfriend in the stupidest, most brain-dead method imaginable. And even then, lies about it being just the one time, which is not only biologically implausible, though not impossible, but is also absolutely going to get found out as a lie. when girlfriend inevitably speaks with the affair partner, says they would be co-parenting a kid even in his dream scenario. Oh, and then lies to his parents in a way that's going to be pretty obviously a lie when he shows up with a freaking baby. I'm baffled and enthralled by this man's mind. It's like art. The sheer audacity of thinking that his avowed child-free girlfriend, with trauma around cheating, would happily raise this affair baby? And that the baby's mother, who showed every inclination of wanting the child, would just not be around or something? I desperately want to hear him explain himself. It would be fascinating. Not only the ex-boyfriend, I would love to hear his idiotic friend's reasonings for why they told him to warm her up to the idea and bringing it up first as a hypothetical question. Good on the one guy for finally realizing how stupid all of them were, but I would love to know what was going through their minds. Or ask them if they had been OP in this scenario, would they have acted any different than her? Would they be alright with raising their partner's affair baby? My guess is no. PSA, it's okay to quietly hold out hope that someone will change their mind about liking pineapple pizza. It is not okay to hold out hope that they will change their mind about having kids. It is one of the main things a relationship needs to be on the same page about. OP's ex is a clown on so many levels. My ex held out hope I'd change my mind. This was after I had my tubes tied. Same. I was so upfront and clear about wanting no kids and a lot of traveling. What do you know? My ex actually wanted to stay in one spot and raise kids, never really going anywhere, because life was for the children. Man, don't waste my time. Surprise. Mine eventually let slip that he wanted the option to have kids, and I broke up with him. Lo and behold, several months later when I was with someone else, he was suddenly fine with not having kids and wanted to get back together.